Welcome to my YouTube channel. We're diving into some heavy stuff tonight, so thank you for joining me. Meet Bruce Edwards Ivins. He was born April 22nd, 1946, allegedly committed suicide July 29th, 2008. So, he was a microbiologist, biodefense researcher, and the key and allegedly only suspect in the 2001 Anthrax attacks. So he was an American microbiologist for the United States Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases in Fort Detrick, Maryland, and he was the key suspect, as we said. Beginning on September 18, 2001, while America was still reeling from the major terrorist attacks earlier in the week, aka 9/11, several letters contaminated with the bacterium anthrax were mailed. Among their recipients were Senators Tom Daschle and Patrick Leahy. And the anthrax mailings are known to have killed at least 5 people: a 94-year-old woman in Connecticut, a New York hospital worker, a National Enquirer photo editor in Florida, and 2 D.C. area postal workers. Microbiologist Bruce Ivins was the primary researcher on anthrax in the bacteriology division of Fort Detrick's United States Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases. In 2003, for his anthrax-related work, he was awarded the Defense Department's Decoration for Exceptional Civilian Service, but eventually became the FBI's top suspect in the killings. Boy, this is interesting, isn't it? This is going to be really interesting to get the cards on this one. In December 2001, a technician told Dr. Ivins she suspected her work area had been contaminated. Ivins tested the area, confirmed her suspicions, decontaminated her workspace, but did not notify his superiors. He later said he had no desire to cry wolf. Ivins, I keep pronouncing his name wrong, became suspicious of another contamination incident in 2002 in April. He reported the finding the deadly Ames strain anthrax, generally described as the preferred strain for biodefense research, in the men's changing room around his own office. I'm sorry, this is just blowing my mind. In an apparent suicide, Ivins died on July 29, 2008, after overdosing on Tylenol with codeine. Several days after his death, the media reported incriminating tidbits about him. He was reportedly being treated for alcoholism and depression. He'd been vaccinated against anthrax, like most of the workers in his section. And his long-estranged brother Thomas described him as having had in his mind that he was omnipotent. 8 days after his death, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Taylor called a press conference and announced that Ivins had been the sole suspect. Well, now you know what we do next. We get the tarot cards out. And I've got to get my supply of which ones I want to use for this. So let me grab a few cards, a few decks here. This is my Haunted House Tarot. I kind of like to start with that, but I always have to verify it because it is Haunted House. It's always going to be kind of negative. So the first question I have is, was Bruce Edwards Ivins responsible for the mailing the anthrax to people with the intent to murder? Why is she looking worried? That's interesting because pentacles are my kind of my symbol for like the COVID virus. So here he is. Here's somebody holding up it almost like a threat. Like they're almost offering a threat that I'm going to give you this or else. But I can't make a decision based on this only, on these three cards. I'm going to turn off that light. So now I'm going to go to my go-to deck here. Was Bruce responsible? Was he even in part responsible for doing that? He felt trapped. He felt restricted. Oh my God. Is this like the same card? It is. Six of Cups and Six of Cups fell right below it. Somebody handing somebody something. And it could be in the cup disguised as flowers, disguised, but something. Somebody definitely handed somebody. Wow. And the virus is all around him. And then waiting for the results. Handing it to someone, waiting for the results. This is weird. But he was being watched by someone. Maybe that's why she's nervous. Somebody was watching the situation. So there's a lot of confusion here. Like there's a lot of unknowns, people involved that we don't know yet. Okay, this is interesting. I'm going to pull my Anna K deck. Out. Tell us what we need to know about Bruce and the Bruce Edwards Ivins and the Anthrax attack. High Priestess, this is very high level hidden information. So he had very high level hidden information. Somebody passed it off to him. So it was being passed off for him. Oh God, that's a freaking mail. Like that could be like representing mail. Here, go mail this. Why is there women in this? There's a woman. The other one had a lot of women. That's weird. But passing it off and gloves on. Look at the gloves on there. Wearing gloves. Handling the envelope wearing gloves. And then here it is going out to the people. Holy crap. Because remember the Pentacles is that's my sign for a virus that I have an agreement with the cards. And there they are, taken off to heaven. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to ask. Did he really commit suicide or was he taken out? Did Bruce Edwards Ivins commit suicide himself? Nope. Look at the monster coming out there. Nope. But guess what? Can't use this alone. So we have to use our go-to deck. Did Bruce commit suicide? Look at the virus all over the place. I mean, it's weird that I keep getting the pentacles around that. This doesn't indicate that he did any harm to himself. And so, I mean, it feels like he was stable, if you want to call it that. Like, these are all yellow cards. Normally, all this yellow is not somebody killing themselves. He was definitely working on the virus. And he had to keep his mouth shut. He was supposed to keep his mouth shut. See, she's shutting the lion's mouth. You better keep your mouth shut. He wasn't happy about what he had to do. So he wasn't happy at all about what they were forcing him to do. A big organization. Usually this is my government card. Wait a minute. Sorry. Who were the people that were targeted? Democratic Senators Tom Dashley and Patrick Leahy. Because this almost makes me feel like this was political, an organization. And he wasn't happy with what they wanted him to do. Taking out, were those people key in the government at the time? I don't even know those people. Let's take Tom first. Tom was an American politician lobbyist who served in the United States from South Dakota from 1987 to 2005, a member of the Democratic Party. He became U.S. Senate Minority Leader in 1995 and later a Majority Leader in 2001. And Patrick Leahy is an American politician and attorney who is a senior United States Senator from Vermont. Serves as the President pro tempore of the United States Senate. Leahy was first elected to the Senate in 1974. So the victims, okay. Oh, this is so weird. So I can't say that this was politically motivated because there was other victims. But let me ask, what was the motivation for it? What was the motivation for the God dang it, what's with the secrets? I do not like secrets when I do tarot cards. They're like, it's a secret. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. What was the agenda? Not a secret. Power. Wanting control. Somebody wanted power and control. This is the Emperor. The Emperor wants total control. He doesn't just control like a corporation or a little tiny bit of space. The Emperor, he controls, he wants control. Somebody wanted control. So they were going to wound people. I think it was supposed to go bigger than what it did. Yeah. I think it was a bigger plan and they got scared and it got cut short. So somebody took him out. Somebody took him out. That's why all the secrets coming, because we don't even know who took him out. They're not willing to talk to us. Don't talk to me. Talk to the hand. Oh, whatever. Went to the angels. All right. Well, guess what else we can do? Guess what else we can do? Let's talk to Bruce. Normally, I don't do that. I don't talk to murderers, but I don't know if he's a murderer. We're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I had to grab my cards, and here we go. Knocking on heaven's door. Bruce, are you there, and will you agree to talk to us? Bruce, are you there, and will you agree to talk to us? I worked with the military. All right, so here we go. He's here. Worked with the military. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. Oh, man. He's holding a pentacle. He's holding a pentacle. That's the virus, you guys. I wonder what he's going to tell us. Bruce, Bruce, I'm so glad you came, but I just want you to just tell the story. Quickly. Not not the long story. What happened? It was a war. It was a war, and we needed to be on top of it. Oh, God. He's standing in the middle of a pentacle. He was one of the top people, and he knew how this thing worked. He had full power over this thing. Full power. Oh, he's interested in how I'm using tarot cards to communicate with him. All right, it's just little pictures, Bruce. Let's just keep talking. So here's this woman, and they were thinking they were actually going to celebrate the progress they made. They were going to celebrate the progress that they made. And then there was a plan, and here it is. There was a plan, a very specific plan, possibly even 3 people to plant this thing. Because there again, you're getting the story. When I tell you guys that Pentacles for me is the virus, and then we're getting the virus being put in a very specific location. Got it? Now you can read the little cartoon cards with me. He feels guilty for what he did. He feels really guilty. Oh, man. So he acted alone, but others knew of the plan. I acted alone, but others knew of the plan. Were you oh God, how do I ask this to somebody? I feel really bad. Did you kill yourself then, Bruce? I'm sorry. If you don't want to answer it, don't answer it. Did you kill yourself? He was afraid of the legal system. Because that's the justice card. And they were going to come after him. Oh, so was that what the monster was? Was his own, like he like his own, the demons of his own mind. Do you or somebody wanted justice? So I'm not sure I understand this, Bruce. Did somebody murder you, or did you take your own life because you didn't want to go to court? Okay, he took his own life. Okay, my bad. He took his own life. He took his own life. And he did have a drinking problem. He does admit that. And it said that in there, that he was being treated for alcoholism. He had a drinking problem. Oh, wow. Oh, do you know what's happening with the biological weapon now? Do you know, is the program still going? It doesn't look like his particular program ended not very good. It looks like the particular thing that he was involved with, this is like ending. I mean this, it's almost like it ended with his death. What message do you have to say to people nowadays? Just keep knowledgeable. Stay knowledgeable, because there's other parts of the world. See the 2 worlds? Is that 2 globes? Yeah. The worldwide. Stay knowledgeable. Stay knowledgeable. because something's coming out. Something's going to be brought out, and people are going to become aware of it. In the air, airborne. See all the smog and the people out here communicating? Okay, something is going to come out. Something is going to come out. Well, okay, thank you for coming through with this. Now we don't have to have any, like, conspiracy type of theory. It looks like that you really did pass away because of what they wanted you to do. There must have been tremendous pressure on you. So sorry about this. This was a tragic thing, and but I think that he has peace now. I mean, does he have a sense of peace now that he's gotten a chance to voice himself? Oh, he still feels horrible for the loss. Oh, so he's still feeling really bad. He doesn't want to deal with this whole thing. He feels really bad. And he's kind of closed off right now. Fighting his own battles. Yeah. Well, that's, we don't have control over that. He's got to deal with whatever he did. He's got to deal with it. But he is definitely suffering and still suffering from the deaths that were caused. And there you have the virus. He was like the top person. He could have used his skills to help. Well, actually, bio warfare is not good for anyone. Why would you want to do that to anybody? Is there any... I guess, there's nothing good about it, about bio warfare. There's nothing good about it. It could potentially wipe out a whole population, potentially. So what do we have to know about bio? Yeah, it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge. But guess what? This means that the people are going to be successful at combating it. Okay. All right. Well, this was interesting. You never know. That's why I love to read the tarot cards. You never know where it's going to take you. It'll take you over here, over there. It's always interesting. So thank you for being part of the channel. It looks like that is, thank goodness it's gone and done, and it's in our past. That's all I can say.